We've officially hit the halfway point in baseball this year, and the AL Cy Young Award race is starting to really heat up and take shape. At the top of pretty much everyone's list is one Mr. 39-year-old Justin Verlander, coming off one of the most career-threatening injuries in all sports in the Tommy John surgery for a pitcher. Justin has been unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable, jaw-dropping, straight-up utter dominance. Houston fans know exactly what I'm talking about because they've been witnessing it for the past 82 games. When Justin's been on the mound this year, other teams playing him have been thinking, not can we get a couple runs on him today, but can we get a couple of hits on him today? That's just how good he's actually been this year. And more recently here, Justin's been selected to his 9th All-Star game this year, although he doesn't plan to pitch. But all this hype, where does it rank up against some of his other Cy Young season? His 2011 season where he won it unanimously, and his 2019 season where he was just unbelievably spectacular. For the 2022 season so far, Justin Verlander's had 17 games started with a 12-3 record, a 1.89 ERA, a 0.88 whip, and a .194 batting average against. Now, Justin Verlander eclipsing 12 wins already through the year leaves the door open to at least 22 to 25 wins. His ERA has been absurd at under a 2 with a 1.89, and his whip and batting average against has been phenomenal. But let's compare this versus his 2011 season and then his 2019 season to see where it stacks up. Looking at his 2011 season with the Detroit Tigers, he went 24-5 with a 2.40 ERA, a 0.92 whip, a .192 batting average against on 34 games played. Now you can clearly see as to why he was selected as a unanimous AL Cy Young back then. But how does his 2022 campaign compare versus his, in my personal opinion, masterpiece of a season in 2019? Now please keep in mind, back in 2019, Justin Verlander wasn't only competing against every other starting pitcher for the AL Cy Young, but his own teammate in Garrett Cole to win that award. In 2019, with a 21-6 record, a 2.58 ERA, a .80 whip, and a .172 batting average against, Justin Verlander would go on to win his 2nd Cy Young. Comparing 2022 versus the 2011-2019 campaign for Justin, it's clear to see why a lot of people have him at the top of their Cy Young award winner races. And there's a whole second half of the season to go. Can we go ahead and give the Astros a little bit of credit here, taking the risk of signing 39-year-old Justin Verlander, who came off Tommy John surgery this offseason, to a 2-year $50 million deal, which includes an opt-out for him at the end of the season if he wants to, because he's only making $25 million this season. And you talk about a bang for your buck kind of deal. Sure, to the average Joe, to us fans, $25 million seems like a lifetime amount of money, but for a guy like Justin Verlander, who could be very well making over $40 million a year, this is an absolute steal for the Astros. And if they get another World Series title out of Justin, it's all worth it. And this is what I mean whenever I talk about the Houston Astros and their ability and their understanding of baseball and when not to take risks and take chances. Like I said, you have a guy here coming off Tommy John surgery, not having pitched for 2 years, and at the age of 39 in Justin Verlander. And then you have a World Series caliber team in the Houston Astros with the roster that they have, looking for a nice piece to the pitching staff. And as it looked as Justin was going to go somewhere else, maybe to New York or maybe back to Detroit, the Astros scoop him up. They convinced Justin to re-sign for them for $50 million for a 2-year contract. Not only is it a team-friendly deal, but it allows Justin to show what he's got and potentially opt out and go to another team if he doesn't want to stay with the Astros. And it also gives the Astros a chance to win a World Series. It gives their young pitching rotation another year to keep developing. A win-win for both franchise and for player. It's the smart moves that have just made the Astros competitive year after year after year. Justin's been absolutely nuclear this year. Sort of like that scene from Godzilla whenever Godzilla goes absolutely radioactive nuclear, where he just starts melting everything that he comes in contact with. That's been Justin Verlander this year, and that can very well win him the AL Cy Young, as well as another World Series for the Houston Astros. Guys, I would love to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Y'all think Justin's going to win it? How good do y'all think Justin's been this year, in your opinion? Thank you all so much for the support as usual. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because I have plenty more baseball content like this, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios, mi amigos.
Hey, thank you for rocking out tonight. You could be anywhere in the world. You right here. And I got my special guest, Tyler Lee, man.
Yeah, we bringing this all from the Keystone State.
Chilling in the Empire State. until we run the